The boy was just a little kitty who wanted to eat, but someone caught him eating cat food in the bath. To get the guy to keep his secret, he straight up started undoing his pants. Zhong Yi is a rising movie star, super young but already loaded with award. Recently he took on a script from a big director. His co-star is some nobody influencer. The guy got the role without even auditioning. He's got a pretty face, but sitting there ignoring everyone seems pretty stuck up. Looks like he's got connection. Zhong Yi couldn't help overthinking. His assistant Yi was fuming on the side. Zhong Yi didn't tell anyone he was taking this role. A dual male lead setup is one thing, but playing a cripple. But Zhong Yi was happy about it. What's wrong with a cripple? Everyone else is working their butts off. I get to sit way more comfortable. Rong Mian quietly grabbed a spoon and headed to the bath. His original form is a black domestic. Human food is too strongly flavored. He couldn't eat a bite. He pulled out the cat food he snuck in and started digging it. He looked up and saw Zhong Yi. The man was standing in the doorway. What's going on here? This kid is eating cat food. Does he have some eating disorder? Rong Mian quickly hid the cam behind his back. He's a big movie star, what hasn't he seen? But this special level situation really threw him. The man coughed awkwardly. He tried to comfort the startled boy. Look, I know plenty of friends like you. The boy paused, a bit doubtful, wanting to confirm. Your friends are like me. The boy nervously looked. You really know what I am? Zhong Yi patted the boy on the shoulder. Yeah, I have a friend who also likes eating this brand of cat food. Rong Mian finally let his guard down. Because the meat quality is really good, they all really like it. Yi was totally confused. There's an organization for eating this stuff. Help me keep the secret. You can't tell anyone. Zhong Yi wasn't a gossip, and he had no intention of spreading someone's. Rong Mian leaned right up to the man's face.
We don't know each other. I don't trust you.
Zhong Yi was at a loss. Then show me some talent. Whatever you want. The boy seemed to make up his mind. He reached for his zipper, but Zhong Yi was shocked. He grabbed the boy's hand right away, stopping him. What are you doing? Young and already twisted. I'm not giving you any chance. He turned and stormed off. He decided, besides filming, he had to keep his distance from this boy. A couple days later, shooting officially began. Zhong Yi plays a cock with a limp. Rong Mian plays a bullied high school student. Looking at the boy sitting quietly getting his make, Zhong Yi was struck for a moment. His face is way too perfect. In their first scene together, Rong Mian nailed the character perfectly. Going head to head with this movie star, he held his own. Zhong Yi had to admit, the director really knew how to pick talent. Pure face with those clear eyes. Totally fit the image of a naive high schooler. Thinking back to the bathroom incident. Shit my ass. His ambition is huge. Plenty of people want to sleep with him these days. But this is the first one to be so looking and young. A weird habit but not a joke. This is just a matter of time. Bet he's the type to drop his pants for anyone. Zhong Yi left with a dark expression. Sandy watched Zhong Yi leave confused. He's a black Shiba Inu. The two of them are closest at the cafe. Looking at the food Sandu brought, Rong Mian had no appetite. He poked at the vegetables in his lunchbox. I just wanted to show Zhong Yi my pretty tail. Who knew he'd get mad? Sandy was sorry. Rong Mian's tail is the most popular at the cafe. Other people kind of, and this guy doesn't even care. The boy just undid his zipper, and the guy thought he was some troubled kid. Rong Mian stared blankly at his lunchbox. He couldn't understand why Zhong Yi got mad for no reason. Sandy was, people can't even touch your tail, and he doesn't even appreciate. Rong Mian was unhappy. He said he has lots of friends like, so I figured I'd be generous and show him my tail. But then he got mad. Hands are really hard to understand. He's been in human form for 3 years and still doesn't get how humans think. Sandu awkwardly scratched it. They're both equally clueless about this. Acting is simpler. Just follow the script and you never go wrong. He remembered his universal human conversation cheat sheet. And so Sandu's lesson began. When you don't know how to respond or don't understand, just use maybe, not sure. Just brush it off with these. Rong Mian made a mental note. Sandu got up to throw out the trash. Rong Mian poked at the vegetable in his pot. He couldn't eat a single bite. Looking at the boy slumped over the table looking miserable, Zhong Yi stopped. He needed to clear things up or he wouldn't feel right. Once he made up his mind, he walked over to Rong Mian. When the boy looked up, he still had a wilted vegetable leaf in his mouth. Zhong Yi thought, how could he ask this tactfully without hurting him? After planning what to say, the man spoke. Were you trying to come on to me that day? Rong Mian chewed blankly on his greens. He recalled the universal phrase Sandu just taught. He seemed to think about it. He slowly answered, maybe. Well, Zhong Yi blushed. I knew it. He's into me. But this kid is cute and young. Maybe it's not so bad. But realizing his dangerous thoughts, Zhong Yi shook his head hard. No, we're absolutely not. When you meet a troubled kid, you should get him back on track. That's what a good senior does. Watching the man just stand there forever not saying. Lion was confused. Was his answer wrong? Zhong Yi pulled out a chair and sat down. He started lecturing the boy about self-respect. You're young, talented, and have tons of opportunities ahead. For Rong Mian was totally lost. This guy yapping on and on is so annoying. Does he nag his cat friends like this too? Human social interaction is way too hard. Just sit there grooming yourself and customers are happy.
Rong Mian snapped back to attention.
Zhong Yi was looking at him expectantly. She nodded lightly. God. So annoying. The movie star was a bit surprised. So easily. He hadn't even finished his lecture. Looking at the boy staring at his lunchbox like it killed his family. He finally got curious. This kid really has anything. He wanted to ask if he only eats cat food, but that seemed too direct. I don't really get your kind. Like, what do you eat? Mention food and Rong Mian perked right up. Fish and chicken are delicious. I like beef and shrimp too. But canned food seasoning is definitely tastier. He finally got it. This isn't just a simple eating disorder. It's more like a private eating disorder plus being picky. But this is personal stuff. Better not pry too much. Either way, this kid is pretty obedient. He stood up and patted Rong Mian on the shoulder. If the box lunch isn't good, I'll take you to get something tasty. Sure, he rejected his confession, but he can still cite his two came to the courtyard behind the set. A stunning beauty was ordering food. This was one of the actors in the production. Also Zhong Yi's old friend Shen Yan. The man was completely shameless like care package. Wrong Mian's eyes went wide, curious. What's a care package? Shen Yan pulled out a big bag and dumped it out. It was packed full of snacks. Zhong Yi picked out a bag of beef jerky and handed it to the boy. But the boy just held the bag and sniffed it cautiously. Then he tore it open and took a small taste. His amber eyes went wide. This beef jerky is amazing. But the boy found that in his cat. He got caught showing off cat food in the bathroom by a co-worker and got mistaken for a troubled kid with an eating disorder. Since then, he's been taking care of the boy. Seeing Wrong being picky and not eating, Zhong Yi brought him to mooch Shen Yan's beef jerky. But Wrong Mian's eyes were fixed on a nearby butterfly. He couldn't help reaching out to grab it. Zhong Yi had never seen a boy who liked butterflies. Upon reaching, he called it poor. The other two were stunned. He held the butterfly up to Shen Yan, wanting to give it to her as thanks for the beef jerky. For a little kitty, catching butterflies is as easy as eating or drinking. Wrong Mian, you're amazing. Thank you. Faced with Shen Yan's praise, Wrong Mian just blushed and said, you're welcome. Zhong Yi 感觉 this scene made Zhong Yi feel something. He's like a little animal showing off to its owner. The boy looked at Zhong Yi staring at him in a daze. He felt he couldn't play favorites. So he very generously asked, do you want a butterfly? Looking at the boy's hopeful eyes, he'd promised to keep his distance. Can't give him the wrong idea that he has a chance. Fine, 3 to start. While Zhong Yi looked at the butterflies in his hand, thinking of the boy catching butterflies for him warmed his heart. He's a guy pushing 30. Why is he playing with butterflies? Next day when he got to San, Shen Yan handed him a cup of porridge to give to Wrong Mian. That's when Zhong Yi found out. Wrong Mian fainted while filming that morning. He was worried. But when he got to the door, he saw Lu Yuanfeng coming out of Wrong Mian's room all sweaty. Zhong Yi looked through the crack in the door and froze. Wrong Mian was lying naked on the couch, only covered by a Xinfa. Time rewind to 1 hour early. Because Wrong Mian fainted, Sandy was hiding a corner blaming himself. Every time he cooked, Wrong Mian barely ate. That's why he fainted. Wrong Mian was, it's not your fault. I just fainted because I was tired. Your cooking is delicious. Really, Sandy didn't get it. If acting is this exhausting, why keep doing it? Wouldn't working at the cat cafe be happier? Talking about acting, the boy smiled. I love acting. Plus I need to earn more money. Then I can get everyone a bigger place. And buy you the collar you and buy a yacht. Cats sleep a lot during the day. Since filming starts so early, he was exhausted. Just change back to your original form and sleep for a bit. I'll send him to find you. His original form. How could he not be scared seeing a cat and change back to human form? He felt like Lu Yuanfeng was about to faint. Lu Ying was on. He had to pass off this script discussion quickly. Actually about the script. You can ask Zhong Yi more. He's happy to help newcomers. Wrong Mian hesitated for but then spoke. Does he know your true form? Unless you transformed right in front of humans, no one would know. Wrong Mian deflated. Looks like he's the only one who got found out. He flopped back down on the couch. When he came to, he found a cup by the door. A cup that smelled like grass and lemon. This was that man's scent. The boy in front of him is actually little kitty eating cat food in the bathroom by a coworker. To make him keep the seat. The boy envious. He wanted to show him his pretty teeth, but the guy thought he wanted a sugar daddy. Sugar daddy situation aside, he also discovered the boy might have something going on with the director. This movie star is acting weird today, keeps loving his little kitties are pretty sharp too. Is that why you keep messing up? Zhong Yi's face was dark. How could he not have a problem? 1 second hitting on me, next second climbing into the director's bed. And he actually thought this boy was kind of cute for a moment. Wrong Mian didn't understand. This guy gave him beef jerky and sent him porridge. So why does he look so angry again? Zhong Yi was frustrated. You know Lu Yuanfeng has a wife and kids. His daughter just started elementary school. Of course he knew. He also knew Lu Yuanfeng has a 2-year-old son who hasn't taken human form yet. Better not to mention that. Zhong Yi got even angrier. You know and you still go after him. Are you crazy? The little kitty felt wronged. I just asked him to go over the script. The man laughed. You think I'm 3 years old and easy to fool? What script discussion requires taking off all your clothes? Come on, tell me. Which scene were you going over? He expected the boy to be stumped, but he actually pulled out the script and started asking little questions. Kitties have a hard time understanding human emotions. He can't fully understand the script either. Looking at the boy's serious expression. Was he too shameless or did he really misunderstand? He took the boy's script and looked carefully. Seeing all the notes inside, Zhong Yi was touched. Questionable intentions, but at least he's responsible. This is a scene where I play a detective interrogating my lines. You figure out how to respond. Wrong Mian looked at the man in front of him with starry eyes. Could kill a cat. Wrong Mian only had one thought. He's so good when it came to the actual lines, he forgot them completely. Zhong Yi held his cigarette patiently going over it with the boy. Wrong Mian's attention was only on his fingers. When he wasn't looking, he grabbed and took a huge drag. It made him choke a tear. Such a tiny little thing, but it tastes so good. The man blushed. Oh, really impressive. This guy's game is next. No wonder Lu Yuanfeng fell for it. Even a heartless movie star like himself almost couldn't resist. The man snatched the cigarette back. Better put it out. Wrong Mian looked at the man's unclear expression and got straight to the point. But if you don't like me, why are you keeping my secret? I don't gossip about people. I promise you, so I won't go back on my word. He decided to give the boy one last chance. Maybe he could still turn things around. Why do you want to act? Wrong Mian's voice was soft. I like you.